Good morning and welcome to the Turner Contemporary, a lovely venue for a creative session hopefully. I'm Paul Stannard, Managing Director at Archant KOS Media, and I'm delighted you've chosen to join us. So let's just start by celebrating with our business card draw for a bottle of fizz. I know it's a little bit early for that, but just dig deep. Right, Roy. So boys and women have got an advert out of it already. We're all aware of how tough it's been over the past year or two. But what we're starting to see is hopefully some signs of recovery. Buildings like this also help, obviously, people really trying to do something positive. So no matter what your current slice of the market, during a downturn it's likely that the number of people buying your products and services has decreased, simply because the market has shrunk. And that's the general feedback we've been getting from businesses from around here. But if you think about it, this situation provides you with a great opportunity. It's at times like this that you can choose to be proactive rather than hope for the market to recover, like I'm sure many of your competitors may be doing right now. Business, after all, goes where business is invited. So by maintaining or even increasing your marketing investment, you can make more and take more of your unfair share of the business that's still out there. And as the market continues to recover and consumer confidence grows, you'll find yourself in a much stronger position because you'll gain an even bigger slice of that market. You only get one chance a year to become part of the AdPower programme, and that's right now. And if you're thinking that newspaper advertising is far too expensive, then you're in for a big surprise. Today is all about your business, where you are now, where you'd like to be, and how you can improve the strategy you have in place to take you there. And why is this important to us at KOS Media? In recent years, we've been working closely with businesses throughout Kent to help them find, keep and grow the right customers through the AdPower marketing programme. And over the last few months, we've been researching many businesses in the county, and we believe there's a good reason for you to partner with us. And that's why we specifically invited you here today. Shortly we'll be hearing from our guest speaker, who will share with you the 3 top principles of effective advertising. And we'll present you with a tried and tested, proven marketing strategy designed to help you harness these principles through AdPower. And these questions are the criteria by which you should judge it. Would you want a programme designed to find, keep and grow you new customers? Would the AdPower programme help you resolve some of your current marketing issues? And would the programme take you towards your 12-month goals? If your answer is yes to any one of these questions, then it's highly likely that AdPower is right for you. In order for us to appreciate why a partnership with KOS Media would be good for your business, you need to know a little bit about us and our plans. We're really passionate about our titles and the relationship we have with thousands of businesses right across the county. And since 2002, we've been helping local businesses drive more customers week in, week out through their doors. And never more so in this area where people will be driven down the county because of its tourism links. Kent on Saturday and Sunday has won more accolades than any other regional newspaper in a generation, having won Newspaper of the Year 7 times in 10 years, and we're really proud of that as a local business. As well as breaking new ground with our world-leading platforms, including the first newspaper in the UK to have its own iPhone and iPad apps, and leaders in developing online page-turning technology. And online marketing is becoming more important to many businesses these days, and KOS Media is no different, offering up-to-the-minute news and content via our websites, as you can see here from the slides to the side. There are many market opportunities on web pages, including owning an advertisement site on the front page. So here you can see these ads for photo books. It's called a roadblock, where one advertiser dominates the whole site for a period of time. And our aim in Kent is to reach over 500,000 adults 24/7, whether that's through print media or online. So really media on demand when people choose it. Independent research from Experian and Mosaic has also shown that our print and online audience continue to reach the very highest buying power in Kent, with some of the best demographic audience you could hope to achieve. And those adults that still have money, need and desire to buy products and services even in these changing times. As you can see from the map, our publications cover a large area from Tunbridge Wells in the west to Medway and Maidstone, right down to the heart of Canterbury, and right across to East Kent coastal towns, as well as the growing town of Ashford and the Weald of Kent. And this area, more than any area, does draw people down. I'd now like to introduce our guest speaker from NRS Media. NRS is a global marketing company that provides advice and cost-effective advertising solutions to over 100,000 businesses every year. Using their expertise, we've made Kent on Saturday and Kent on Sunday a even more accessible and cost-effective option for you this year to communicate to your customers. To explain these principles, please welcome Jerry Boniface.
Thank you very much, Paul, for that wonderful introduction. It's been great to work with Paul and his team over the last few months, but it's also really good for me to be back in Kent. I spent 6 years in the sales and marketing with the media business in this area, working with businesses just like yours, so it's a bit of a homecoming for me, so I really feel at home with you today. But as Paul has said, today is very much about you and your business. So I'd like to start with a few questions for you. What if you could compete with national brands and advertisers that might be alongside you on the high street? What if you could save thousands of pounds on your current advertising strategy? And what if we could show you ways to avoid the pitfalls that many businesses fall into when they're advertising that does cost them both time and money? But I'm going to do all that for you in a very short space of time this morning by sharing with you the 3 principles to effective advertising. But not just sharing them with you, actually showing you how you can utilise and harness those principles right from today through the AdPower programme. Now, as Paul has said, NRS Media is a global marketing company, but we have really one point of difference. We only work with local businesses. We only work with local media companies. We are passionate about enhancing the effectiveness of the local business within their local community. Now, the cultures might be very different, but the opportunities and challenges for local businesses within their local communities are the same. However, many people we speak to don't know these 3 principles. And not knowing the principles can cost that business many thousands of pounds, but they don't know that yet. What's actually worse is, we hear so many businesses saying to us that advertising doesn't work. And more specifically, in this market in Kent here, that local press newspaper advertising doesn't work anymore. But that's just not true. If that were the case, then KOS Media Group would not be the successful print and online company that it is today, would they? And there are many professional businesses around Kent, people like Invicta Motors, like Lendys and Clarks, and many others who really have put the marketing view into their local press. So we do know that it works. So what are the 3 principles to effective advertising? The first is that share of mind equals share of business. The second is that tomorrow customers always become today's customers. And the third message is getting the right message to the right audience. Now, there is only one right time to advertise, and yes, that is all the time. Yes, Jerry, you would say that, wouldn't you? But actually, research shows us that consumers are 10 times more likely to purchase from a business that they know and they trust. Now, you in business will know that. But also, when they're searching through Yellow Pages, they're actually 20 times more likely to select a business that they recognise, both the global brand, national and local brands as well. But getting that share of mind just doesn't happen overnight, does it? Many of these brands have been delivering a consistent message to their consumers and their customers for many years over a long period of time. But what we see many businesses doing, however, is they advertise, particularly in the local marketplace, every now and then, with message about a sale or a promotion or something specific to their business. Now, business does go up for a while, but when the advertising stops, the tills stop ringing. And because the economy is quite tight, they wait a few weeks or even a few months and then do another short-term campaign. And as you can see, the trend all the way through the year is for that every now approach. Now this, ladies and gentlemen, is a waste of money. It's a waste of money because every time you come back into the local marketplace, your short-term campaign is having to work extremely hard to get through to the awareness of your local consumer. Now why is that? Because as soon as you come out to the marketplace, your local awareness drops. Now sure, some of these campaigns do create some short-term sales. But just when they're starting to have an impact on the consumer, what happens? The advertising stops. So quite naturally, the awareness level drops with it. And when you come back into the marketplace, you're having to restart that commercial and that advertising message all over again. Now working with Paul's team, he doesn't mind me saying this, but this is actually the most expensive way to use local media as well. Because of the every now and then approach to the marketing, it could mean that you are paying high media rates. But there's something even more important in this short-term strategy. It could be that you are having to discount your own business in the short term to drive customers to you in that short marketing period. Now, when you advertise constantly, you build your brand equity platform, which in the long run drives customers to you over a longer period of time. And what this brand equity platform does, it grows your local awareness over a consistent period so that when you choose to do those strategic special times of your campaign, the investment you're putting into that short-term campaign comes back much quicker and it's much more profitable. Now, with the Ad Now membership, you can afford to advertise every week of the year, keeping your local awareness as high as possible so that your busy times come back a lot quicker and much more profitable, but for a much lower investment than maybe you currently enjoy. Our second principle, tomorrow's customers always become today's customers. Now we all carry around with us, because we're all consumers in this room, an invisible shopping radar. It's not age specific and it's not gender specific either. Our shopping radar is constantly on all the time, 24/7, all year round. It could be right now. Someone in the room is thinking about buying new furniture for the autumn period, maybe a winter break for the family, professional advice or service for the home or workplace. As consumers, our shopping radar is constantly on. Some of our needs are sometimes more urgent. It could be this morning that the washing machine broke. It could be the boiler gave up or the car didn't start. Or if you're a bit like me, I'm always thinking about my stomach, even at this time of the morning. What am I going to have for my dinner tonight? Where am I going to have my dinner tonight? Essentially, therefore, we've got two different customer types. Those ready to buy your products and services today, and those who will buy it from you at some point in the future. On any given day, there's actually only a very small percentage of the consumer population that's actually ready to buy today. If that weren't the case, your businesses would be full today. You should view all other recipients of your advertising messages as consumers moving towards you through that buying cycle. Let's take our own buying habits, for example. Did anyone wake up this morning and say, today I'm going to buy a new house, today I'm going to buy a new car? It would be fantastic if we could and if we could afford it. But again, research tells us that consumers making a major purchase spend over 40 days considering their choices before handing over their hard-earned cash. What that actually means is for every 20 people that are actually buying today, there could be potentially over 800 new customers moving towards you through a buying decision. And we as consumers, we have so much more choice and options these days, we aren't taking our time before we're spending our hard-earned cash. So the largest group of potential customers aren't actually buying today, they're actually moving towards you through that buying cycle. Now this could be tomorrow, it could be next week, next month, and with some purchases even next year. As business owners, you would know, if I knew when the consumer would be buying, well again, none of us would be sitting in this room all together today, would we? So no matter what business category you actually operate in, whether it's small or large, or whatever industry you work in, it's really important that the name of your business is one of the first names that the consumer thinks of when they're going through that purchase cycle. And it could be today, but it also could be tomorrow. If you think in terms of just appealing to today's customers, then you are limiting the effectiveness of your short-term advertising plan. More importantly, not talking to tomorrow's customers, you could be limiting the effectiveness of your future consumer as well. And finally, our third principle, getting the right message to the right audience. How do you have the wrong message? It's your business, how do you have the wrong message? It's simple, really. By not making your business and message relevant to your ideal customer. Now, over the last few months, we've spoken to many, many businesses, and we ask them one particular question, which is, who's your ideal customer? It won't surprise you to hear that most businesses say, everybody is my ideal customer. And we go, that's really interesting. Tell me more about that. Does that mean everybody spends the same amount of money when they come into your business? Does everyone purchase the same goods or services when they come into a business? Probably not. So who is your ideal customer? Which kind of customer gives you the best profit? Not just in that sale, but for future sales as well. Let me give you an example. We've seen and heard many advertisements that actually say, I've been established since 1928. Now that is really important for that business because it establishes their credibility, their knowledge in the marketplace, their expertise in the marketplace. But there are even more important things about your business and your message that need to get within the consumer's shopping cycle. Because as consumers, we generally want to know what's in it for today, don't we? Would the fact that Johnson & Johnson have actually been in business since 1886 make any difference whether we buy their glasses or not? I don't think so. We want to know about what's in it for us today. So what are your wow points? A few years ago, I did have the opportunity to buy that new car. It took me well over 40 days to decide how much I was going to spend. I had to ask the opinion of someone else within my household as well, in terms of decisions of colour and what extras I was going to have on it. But one of the first things I did when I got that car, I drove up my best friend's road, hooting the horn as loud as I could go, because I wanted him to see me in my new car. He knew it was coming, because we'd been speaking about it for weeks. But I wanted to share in the experience and the journey that I'd gone through in that major purchase. I wanted him to be part of that. I wanted to show him how great I felt about it. That's the reason why consumers will come back to you again and again and again over your competitors. Now, another thing you need to know about creating the right message for the right audience is there are actually two types of advertising style as well. One is called call to action. Now, this kind of advertising only speaks to today's customers. And the other is called branding and image, which speaks both to today and the future tomorrow customers. Branding and image highlights who you are as a business. What do you stand for? What are your brand values? How do you want the consumer to feel about you when they go and talk to other people, their friends and their family? Now, I've got some examples here and I'm just going to take you through. This company called Heat Design. For me, this is a good branding ad because it talks about aspiration. Even the pictures are aspirational. It talks about desire. I want to be in this place with this company. In fact, they actually put it in their ad, warming your world. It makes me feel good. So that when I'm in that marketplace, I can already identify with this company. I already know about it. They're in my local awareness. Call to action advertising, on the other hand, only speaks to today's customers. With messages about sale, or a promotion or a special event. There's nothing wrong with these ads because this is another great ad. It's a sale ad. It tells me it's now on. It's got some price comparisons to say, I'm going to actually give you a great deal. It even tells me when the late night shopping is. I wanted to come down now because I'm going to help you now. That's a great ad. However, the pitfall we see many businesses fall into is that they only use call to action advertising. And that combined with that every now and then type of approach in and out of the marketplace just doesn't put your business on the consumer's 24-hour shopping cycle when they're ready to purchase through you. And again, the way of wasted money. So what is the solution? Our solution is that we recommend you do invest in a longer term advertising strategy, but it's built on the back of your brand, who you are in the marketplace. The account executives who have been hosting you this morning want to start that conversation about your wow points. What is it about your company that stands out? What's your point of difference? What do you want the consumers to feel about you? Call to action is one thing. We can all do call to action. Come and see me now. But how do you want people to feel about you, experience you? So to recap, please do be committed and consistent with your advertising program over a period of time. Definitely speak to the right audience, and Paul has already spoken about the value and the high-end market and audience they have at KOS Media. But also have the right message. Speak to your ideal customer, because that's where your investment and profit is going to come from. So how do we harness these three principles we've discussed at a price you can afford? Because when I do the presentation seminars, I look around their guest eyes and they go, Jerry, I understand about the marketing, that makes absolute sense, but how much? And generally that's the $64,000 question. I guarantee it's not $64,000. But we want to make sure that you get the best benefit from the AdPower program. We want to take some of the pain and time and effort from you and put in with us some expertise and structure that will deliver those results. So to take you through those finer points of the AdPower program, I'm going to invite Inez Coton, who's the Ad Director of KOS Media, to come and take you through those details of the AdPower program. So for myself, NRS Media, I thank you ever so much for your time and attention, and I look forward to working with you again through KOS Media as an AdPower member. Thank you.
Good morning, everybody. You only get one chance a year to become an AdPower member, and that's how it's right now. So I'm going to hand out a copy of the proposal, and I'd like to take you through that, if that's okay. The programme is guaranteed that you'll get full colour display advertising in both titles each week. So that's Kent on Saturday and Kent on Sunday, week in, week out. You'll also get an online bonus, and with level 1, that online bonus is a roadblock. And Paul mentioned that earlier, where basically you get every advert on the website for your business, so you dominate the website. Level 2, you get a full week of digital MPU once a quarter. And an MPU, it's basically one of the square boxes on the website, but you get that for a full week, 4 times a year. Level 3, you get an MPU for a full week, but you get that for twice a year. Placement. The advertisement, as I said, will be in Kent on Saturday and Kent on Sunday, and they will be booked either south east of the county or midwest. You will also be offered weekly copy changes so that we can promote your business to the best of our ability, week in, week out. The advertisement value will present a saving of up to 85% on standard advertising rates. The programme is also flexible, so if you're a seasonal business, we can look at a minimum of 2 courses a year out of the 4 quarters on offer. Let's take a look at this on screen. So it's a 12-month marketing plan. It gives you a consistent message week in, week out, supporting your call to action advertisements and keeping your business in front of the consumer when they're making their buying decisions. It's a full colour page advert, so a full colour page every week within Kent on Saturday and Kent on Sunday. And with this level 1, you can really pack a big punch in your marketplace against the big boys. You will also appear in your local series, which are our e-papers that are out every Wednesday but are available 24/7. So you'd appear in your Thanet, your Canterbury, your Shepway, your Dover, your Deal, your Sandwich, your Rashford. May as well say them all, these South Package. At standard rates, a campaign with all this content would cost you over £68,000 a year. However, as a member for level 1, you would pay just £199 per week. Level 2 is all the same benefits as level 1, but you actually get a half-page advertisement. The half-page is still a dominant size and obviously still gives you great impact with all the same levels, all the same as level 1. And the online bonus is as detailed earlier. There's also a level 3. Level 3, this gives you everything in level 1 and 2, but the advert is an 8x4 advert, so still a good ad to get your message across to your potential buyers. Your weekly investment for level 3 is just £99 per week. So let's have a look at all 3 memberships on screen. Level 1, £199 per week. It's a 4-page advert. Kent on Saturday, Kent on Sunday, all the e-papers. Level 2 is the half page, and level 3 is the 8x4. The seasonal options, as you can see, for 2 quarters, the price increased but only ever so slightly, so it's just exceptional value for money, whichever package you'd like to go for. Your account manager will be happy to go through details of the programme with you again at the end of the presentation, but I'm sure you'll agree this is exceptional value for money. And I'm more than confident that we can form a great partnership together, and as both businesses become more successful together. As part of the service, we'll become your personal marketing consultant. We'll spend time with you to learn about your business, understand your seasonal trends, and create a message that will work and bring the results that you guys need. This is not a set and forget advertising programme. We want you to be members for the long term. So following our initial visit, we will be in touch once a month to go through your business needs. We will also guarantee a quarterly visit to actually sit with you and review your business plans. Where do we need to go? What do we need to do? What can we offer you? What can we use the online advertising for? What do we use the in-print advertising for? We will guide you through the programme. Now, if this service does not happen, we will refund the advertising to you in full for that month. And that's my promise and KOS Media's promise to you. But don't just take my word for it. These are some people that through consistent, regular advertising, and we have got a star in the room, I've seen their businesses thrive.
I'll say anything, you're not telling.
I was waiting for them to stop you. We also publish our magazine, which I'm sure all of you are aware of. This is now in its 5th year, I believe, and we've worked together with the council, and it's just the ultimate guide to plan it. If you sign to become an AdCo member, you could take an advert in this publication for as little as £10 per week, so you do need to speak to your host regarding our. Okay? So, we've shown you how to harness the top 3 principles of effective advertising and compete with the big advertisers on a much smaller budget, which leaves me with just one more question. Is this programme right for you? We recognise that you may have a number of questions that are specific to your business, and your accounting executives that are with you will be happy to answer any of those questions after this presentation. So once again, on behalf of Turner Contemporary, KOS Media and NRS, thank you for your time, and we look forward to working with you as AdCo members. Thank you.